Good morning, and welcome to Mrs. Ashburn's GED class. Today, we will be covering reading and language arts, specifically the writing portion. What's covered on the test? The reading and language arts test evaluates your reading and writing skills. You will have approximately 2.5 hours to answer 46 questions. There are two sections covered on the test. The first section includes reading and language questions. The second section concludes with about 45 minutes to produce an extended response. You'll have 10-minute break before the second section, which includes reading and language questions only. The extended response requires reading text materials and responding to a writing prompt by developing an argument and supporting your ideas with evidence from the text. You will be required to type in a text box based on one or more short passages, a graphic, or a combination. As I said before, you will have approximately 45 minutes to read the material, plan, write, and then revise your response. So make sure you use your time wisely. One important task on the Reading and Language Arts test involves writing an extended response to a passage, two passages, or a passage accompanied by a graphic. This activity integrates reading and analytical skills along with writing skills. You can take up to 45 minutes at the end of the first section of the Reading and Language Arts test to complete the assignment. This task has its own clock to help you manage your time. Now we'll go over some time management suggestions. Make sure you read your prompt carefully. Carefully use the highlighter tool to draw attention to information for later use. Compose a thesis statement. Gather evidence from the text to support your thesis statement. Make sure you plan your response. You may also use the offline wipe-off board. Make sure you draft your response. And make sure you also use a text box that scrolls down. And finally, review your response to improve your writing and correct any errors with the editing tools using cut, copy, paste, undo, or redo. What is required in order to pass the Reading and Language Arts writing section? The test requires you to write a minimum of 3 to 7 sentences and 4 to 7 paragraphs. So what does that mean? As long as you give them the information that is required, you can pass the test. You can have 3 sentences and 4 paragraphs, and as long as you have the correct information, you should be able to pass. So what are the qualities of a successful extended response? Your response is able to earn a maximum of 6 points. It is reviewed for 3 different traits or qualities, and each trait is assigned a score from 0 to 2. So what that means is 3 traits times a maximum of 2 points each equals a maximum of 6 points. Unlike other writing that you may have done in the past, this task is evidence-based writing. What that means is that you need to base your position on the information and arguments in the reading materials. The first trait is creation of arguments and use of evidence. To earn a score of 2 on trait 1, you need to be able to do the following. Create an argument by making a logical claim that clearly states your position. You need to be able to use 3 or more specific references from the text to support your claim. Identify valid arguments or fallacies, claims that are in the text. And finally, make sure you point out supported or unsupported claims in the text. The second trait is development of ideas and organizational structure. To earn a maximum score of 2 on trait 2, you need to be able to create an effective organizational structure, sequence ideas logically so that one idea leads to the next, elaborate main ideas and tie them to specific evidence from the text, make effective transitions to cohesively link your ideas together. You need to be able to use accurate and advanced word choice, and finally, make sure you employ an appropriate level of formality, meaning don't use any slang and use correct grammar, meaning Please make sure you do not use the same spelling that you use when you're texting on your phone. The third trait is clarity and command of standard English conventions. To earn a score of 2 on trait 3, you need to have few errors that would interfere with the reader's understanding of what you wrote. Make sure you do the following. Use a varied and correct forms of sentence structure. Maintain correct subject, verb, and pronoun antecedent agreement. Make sure you follow the rules of capitalization, punctuation, and spelling. Be sure you're able to distinguish between commonly confused words such as possessives and homonyms. And finally, avoid wordiness and awkward constructions. This concludes the Reading and Language Arts video on the writing section of the GED exam. If you have any questions, be sure to contact me by email.